Investors across the world had their eyes trained on Jackson Hole in Wyoming for the annual symposium of central bankers. U.S. Fed Chief Jerome Powell making his much-anticipated speech. Take a look.
Restoring price stability will take some time and requires using our tools forcefully to bring demand and supply into better balance. Reducing inflation is likely to require a sustained period of below-trend growth. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive policy stance for some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. The more inflation rose, the more people came to expect it to remain high, and they built that belief into wage and price decisions. As former Chairman Paul Volcker put it at the height of the Great Inflation in 1979, inflation feeds in part on itself, so part of the job of returning to a more stable and more productive economy must be to break the grip of inflationary expectations. We are taking forceful and rapid steps to moderate demand so that it comes into better alignment with supply and to keep inflation expectations anchored. We will keep at it until we're confident the job is done.
Well, the big story back home. Last year, the Supreme Court ordered the demolition of builder Supertech's twin towers in Noida. The order came after the court found grave violation of building norms and complicity between the Noida Authority and Supertech. This has led to a mammoth demolition exercise, which began months ago and will culminate on the 28th of August. Residents in the area have been asked to evacuate in preparation. And while there are major concerns about the impact of this demolition on buildings in the vicinity, authorities are clear that the demolition will go ahead and that things are in place and in order. Abhimanyu Sharma reports.
These are the two towers in question, the 168-meter tall, 32-story Apex Tower and the 29-story CN Tower. A staged implosion and gravity will ensure that both these towers will be reduced to rubble in a matter of a few seconds. Explosives weighing up to 3,500 kilograms have been laid and connected floor to floor. A team of certified blasters, police officials and company officials will be present near the site at the time of the demolition. Spread over an area of 7.5 lakh square feet, the demolition is expected to generate 35,000 cubic meters of debris. Though all structural safety precautions have been taken by authorities, residents in nearby housing societies are worried about the impact of this demolition on their apartments. Those living around these twin towers have been asked to evacuate temporarily.
Residents are fearful and I do endorse their views, but I think they have taken proper care so that nothing happens. But for emergencies they have also made arrangement, and repair has been made in 51 pillars of the existing building which were weak. Administration has ordered that every resident has to evacuate the society right at 7 a.m. They have been saying that we can come back by evening.
The 1,400 families residing in the vicinity will be able to return to their homes by evening once permitted by officials, while the company carrying out the demolition and the state government have assured that nearby buildings will not be damaged and that the debris will be cleared within 3 months. The residents have their concerns.
There might be a scenario where there are some kind of cracks, or maybe with the basements, the parking, and like all the glass mirrors, whether they're going to break. So it's a long time, 90 days, and there will be a lot of dust all the time, and people especially who are having asthmatic patients, they are going to face a lot of trouble.
Water sprinklers and mechanized sweepers will be deployed to clear the dust and minimize air pollution. Residential buildings around the twin towers will also be covered with protective sheets. The demolition is being carried out by Mumbai-based firm Edifice Engineering and South Africa-based Jet Demolition.
It's not a free fall. We call it as an implosion, waterfall implosion, because the time is so short. We'll not be able to see. If you put it in a slow-mo motion, you will be able to see the waterfall. It will come like this. The building will come on the ground like this, basically to minimize the vibrations on ground. Confident that vibrations are not going to damage any structures surrounding this property. Total time will be 9 seconds for the explosives to ignite and around 5 to 6 seconds for the building to come down.
Jet Demolition's director has said that the demolition of the buildings will be difficult to carry out. not because of their size, but because of the presence of much smaller buildings in the vicinity and a densely populated neighborhood. The Noida-Greater Noida Expressway will be closed for 30 minutes on the day of the demolition. Elaborate traffic diversion arrangements have been made for the day, as the blast will generate huge dust clouds over the demolition site. The Airports Authority and the Indian Air Force have been asked to take precautions for flight safety. So at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, the 28th of August, a press of a button will bring down these two towers in a matter of seconds. However, this exercise, initiated by a Supreme Court order, will continue to serve as a case study not just in law books, but in any forum across the world where controlled implosion blasts are being discussed, especially when they have to be carried out in densely populated areas. In Noida with video journalist Rajendra Singh, this is Abhimanyu Sharma for CNBC-TV18.